Hello, and welcome back to Say Yes to You. If this is your first time here joining me on the channel, do go ahead and subscribe. And I'm going to say give this video a preemptive thumbs up because there is a lot of fantastic and useful information. So, at the time of the publishing of this video, it'll be the end of March, the last full week of March, and what my social media feeds have been full of is the story related to relationship guru Derrick Jaxn and his alleged infidelities. Now, in the last couple of days, I did have the chance to see his wife, Mrs. Jaxn, appear on camera, and I found myself very triggered. And in watching her and listening to her speak, I just checked in with myself and I began to ask, why am I feeling triggered into frustration and anger? And here's the reason why. Here's what was going on for me. And it may be the same thing for those of you who were once religious and you've veered away, or even people who still consider themselves to be somewhat religious. What was triggering for me was the way she was quoting scripture and really leaning into religion as a means of what I would call absolution. And the reason it was so triggering and angering to me is because I know it's not accurate. I know it's not helpful. What was happening, in my opinion, what I was witnessing was someone who was spiritually bypassing her true self. We are human beings, yes? So there is this greater spiritual part of ourselves, but we are also humans. We're actually human first. So because we're human first, we've been given these gifts of emotion. The emotions are meant to be free-flowing. The emotions are meant to give us a signal as to, is there a threat? Is there a danger? Is this something that's pleasurable to me? The feelings, the emotions have so much value, they hold so much information, should we choose to really tap into it. So when you get into this place where you're no longer acknowledging the human part of yourself, you're choosing not to acknowledge, honor, and respect your emotions, hence yourself, and you want to jump all the way to absolution or forgiveness, for my money, you're really doing yourself a great disservice, because here's what is likely to happen. When you cut off your feelings and you don't acknowledge them, I would say heal the true healing and release them, you are bound to repeat whatever situation you find yourself in, and you're going to continue with that suffering. You're going to continue with that suffering. Let me say this. I do believe in divine intervention. I do believe in spontaneous healing. For my money, that is going to be not, let me put it like this, not for the average person who has been indoctrinated into religion. For my money, religion teaches us how to not really cultivate the divine relationship that naturally exists between you, your higher self, between you and whatever you call that which created you and put you here for the experience. You are taught to either go through an intermediary, be it the pastor, be it the priest, be it whomever. And oftentimes, because in my opinion again, those people who are put in a place of authority oftentimes have their own agenda. There's no way that they can actually serve you. There's no way that they can actually help you, okay? So when we go back to this situation and the woman talking about being, Mrs. Jaxn talking about being a warrior, talking about how her faith is really what has helped her to move through it, I have to call BS. And the reason I call BS is, from my experience, when you have healed something in your life, that healing brings you a sense of peace. There's a stillness. There is what I would call a quiet confidence that exists there because you are unfallible, you are unflappable, you are secure. In my opinion, that is not what I was witnessing in those social media posts. That's a lot. It's a lot. And the reason I even wanted to address this is because I thought to myself, okay, this is part of my work. This is part of my passion in being a meditation instructor and being an EFT practitioner and really helping people get in touch with the more practical side of their spirituality. And what I would say is, because this is Mrs. Jaxn, this is a person who looks like me. This is a person who likely had the same type of influence, outside influences growing up. In my estimation, again, this is all my opinion, this is all conjecture, what do I know? My sense, though, is that we may have had similar upbringings to where religion, leaning on your faith was really promoted as the end all be all. But as time goes by, and so many things that were once done in the dark are now being brought to light, be it with organizations, be it with religious institutions, be it with, our loved ones. So many things are coming to the light for the reason to have us wake up, have us understand that, let me say it like this, consider that what you thought was true may not be true. Just consider that part. And I want to give you a little demonstration on how I know what I'm saying is in fact the truth, that you can push down, suppress, bury the emotions and convince yourself that you moved on when in fact that's not the case. So now if we just stick with the theme of infidelity, betrayals, I'm going to ask you to think about if you have the experience of being in a romantic relationship, for example, where there was a transgression, you were with someone and they stole your money, they cheated on you. If you allow yourself to become still and just think back to that, if you quiet yourself and really think about the things that happened, what was your first indication that, so-and-so was cheating? What was your first inkling that, something was not right with the relationship? If you just allow yourself to be with the memories, allow your mind to dredge up what happened, what you're likely to feel is the energy of it. And the energy can show up in just a sad feeling, a depressed feeling. It can be some type of sensation in your body, but something is going to happen inside of your body. And that something that happens inside of your body is my indication that it's not been healed. It's still there. So there's no way to go from having something being inside of your body to all of a sudden it's out there somewhere and you've let it go. What happens when we do not take the time to heal, to process those emotions is, again, you're bound to repeat the cycle until you get the lesson, and or it turns into something physical for a lot of people. There are so many instances of some type of ailment that has manifested itself, and when you begin to do true forgiveness work, when you begin to really address your emotions, all of a sudden the symptoms are gone because you've gotten to the root of it. That's what I wanted to say on this topic. Tell me what you think. What do you think about the concept of spiritual bypassing? Do you think it's a thing? Or are you one of the people who believe if I just pray hard enough, God is going to get me through everything? Which is true. However, faith without works is dead. Go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Again, if you are new, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up because I told you this is good information. And until next time, bye.